Hello, it's me again. I'm back. Yesterday was great. The one person who probably will watch this video will understand why it was so great. It's a little in joke. But I got a thing in the mail. Gonna try not to show off my address this time. But I got promotional posters for Stranger Things Pinball. If you've been following me for a while, you probably understand it. Ah, fudge. Why'd it pause? What the fuck was that? There was a lot of lag there. You probably know that I just generally enjoy Stranger Things. You know, it's a thing that I like a lot. Maybe too much. But yeah, I got a bunch of promotional posters for the pinball machine here. Pinball machines, one of those weird things where I don't see many people talking about them, but they're actually pretty cool. Originally, of course, it started as basically like an arcade machine that actually had God, it's really difficult to describe if, like, never actually experienced a pinball machine before. But basically, it's like an arcade game, except you get the tactile sensation mixed with audio stimuli. So, how to put it simply? What you'd be dealing with most arcade machines is you've got the knobs and everything, you've got the ball bouncing around. So, there's always that. And that kind of used to be enough, but then arcade machines became a thing, and it's like, wait, now how do we market this? Because arcade machines are stealing our glory. But basically, they got licenses. And this has been going on for a while, you know, there's like tons of old pinball machines for major franchises. But basically, you know, you've probably seen them if you ever go into an arcade or like some random shithole in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes they'll have like Star Wars pinball or something like that. And the idea is you play normal pinball, but there's the little point system. Like this. Whenever your pinball hits an object, it creates an audio cue. So, then they'll also add like little miniature props and stuff, little plastic like areas that you wouldn't see in a normal pinball machine. And the idea is, depending on which franchise you own, you can add little treats for fans of the franchise. So I'm going to just read off the list for this. Main attractions. Stranger Things pinball machines will immerse players in a search to unravel the mysteries and secret government experiments taking place at the Hawkins National Laboratory. The Ball is Wild is Mike, Lucas, Dustin, Will, Joyce, police chief Jim Hopper. Sorry, sometimes my voice kind of fucks up. Help 11 close the dimensional gate while navigating through the Upside Down. Game features. Ball motion activated and custom sculpted Demogorgon that players can shoot up the Hawkins laboratory ramp and into its mouth to destroy. Left ball eject feature. Custom Hawkins laboratory transforming ramp leading to direct battle with the Demogorgon. Demodog Lair left orbit back ramp that feeds right flipper. Burn it back fast loop lane lights, additional game features. Iconic theme song from the Stranger Things series. Demodog spinning target. Left telekinesis and chapter start ramp with ball lock that feeds flipper. Demodog Lair left orbit back ramp that feeds right flipper. Riveting film clips from the Stranger Things series. And custom speech by actor David Harbour, who plays police chief Jim Hopper. Now, that's kind of a big one, because of course, with these, pretty much one of the main gimmicks is, if you look closely, you actually see it in what appears to be like a little riff on VHS design right here. That's I believe that's a television screen. And what they'll do with pinball machines these days that have licenses, they'll have a little screen, and whenever you get certain scores or hit certain objects, it'll actually play clips from the show. Same with the little score counters in the machine. It'll play little voice clips or little audio cues from the show. Now, what this is saying is that essentially David Harbour, who plays the main character on the show, recorded custom lines for the pinball machine. And that's been going on for, years. One of the best examples I know is the Doctor Who pinball machine that had custom lines for Davros. I'm not talking like one of the newer ones. I'm talking one of the old pinball machines. There was supposed to be a Dalek head on top that would light up, and the idea was you'd fight with Davros and the Daleks the entire time. And of course they had to get custom lines for him. And a lot of those lines have been lost to time, but Doctor Who fans are crazy and will preserve everything. There's other features like Demodog stand-up targets, like unique Demodog attack modes, 5 multi-balls, telekinesis, Demogorgon battle, send it back, light the fire, final showdown, 4 bank resettable drop targets resembling guarding the Demogorgon, all that fun stuff. And of course it mentions, we've got the theme song and Jim Hopper in this, so the back glass and art is hand-drawn artwork by Bob Stevlik, and it features an exclusive Season 1 themed full-color, high-definition translite and decal cabinet hand-drawn artwork, plus stereo sound system, separate treble and bass adjustment, CPU-mounted line audio, whatevers. But, of course the idea is, look how fucking awesome it is. Like, honestly, I might actually play this if I ever get to meet it in real life. But there's also a premium edition. So there's the... Jesus, I'm so bad at this. There's premium and pro. Now, the one I just read was the pro edition. So I gotta read the premium. Well. Okay. Yeah, premium edition is different. I was looking at it and like, wait, is this even different? Yeah, it is. It is actually. I'm not sure which one of these arts I like more. The pro edition, of course, has like, the sort of iconic visuals and stuff. And same with this one. Although it seems to be that the pro edition is all Season 1, and premium edition is Season 2. Season 2? What? The main attractions are all the same. Oh, okay. Now, we do have new game features that are separate. We've got a miniature projector that displays custom images and animations directly on the playfield. creating dramatic interaction with gameplay features. We've got 12 chapter modes, recreating scenes from the acclaimed series. And we've got a gravity-defying 11 telekinesis physical magnetic ball lock. So, I assume the idea is when you hit that one, it actually, holds everything in place? I'm not too sure. A lot of this terminology I'm not up to date on because I don't really get out much, and I don't really play pinball when I do get out much, so. But yeah, I'm gonna take a look at the art for these. The art for the cabinet seems to be relatively similar, except for the actual, cabinet art. But I do notice one thing, which is they swapped out, this section was the Hawkins laboratory on the other one. And I assume there's gotta be more changes that I'm missing right now, but I can't really tell. But the idea of a projector, showing stuff on the field, that is very interesting. And again, it's got what looks to be a VHS-inspired screen at the top. So all in all, it's these are basically flyers that would be sent out to promote and ask people, hey, if you're a bar somewhere, or if you're a pop culture themed place, would you like a Stranger Things pinball machine? Because admittedly it is the biggest show on the planet right now. Nothing seems to be stopping it except the inevitable benchmark where they have, of course, got to end the show before they reach the year 1989, or all hell breaks loose. That is actually a requirement for the show. The Duffer Brothers have realized that by hiring Winona Ryder, they can no longer fly too close to 1989, which is basically the year where all hell falls apart. Because at that point, Winona Ryder in universe will be famous. So they have to deal with that. Although I'm surprised, because they already have to deal with a hell of a lot of tough shit. Because essentially what they've done is they've fucked up the timeline super badly. Merchandise for shows is appearing in the completely wrong years. Characters have stuff that isn't even supposed to be possible for them to have until decades later. It's all really background stuff, the Michael Myers mask shouldn't exist, the one that Max has, or the cereal in all the aisles several years off. Well, not really several years, just, from 1984 to 1986, there's a big gap where they fucked up the timeline. Small little details like that. And, of course, there's other stuff, how do they have movie posters for every famous movie? When, including rare movie posters, how the fuck did Jonathan get an Evil Dead poster, as far back as, literally on the year when Evil Dead became popular? And, there's stuff like that. I've gotten a few answers to it. For one, the video rental store apparently... what's his name? The red-haired guy, played by Matty Carter-Opel. Fuck, I forgot his name. He's the annoying Cheetos dust guy from Season 2, when he works at the arcade. But basically, he works at a video store later in the series. And it's been confirmed that, well, not confirmed by the main writers, but confirmed by the actors, that he probably has been stealing posters and display items from the shop so he can sell them to people. Which I feel resolves that nicely. But still, like, not enough to actually really be like, okay, how is Robert Englund playing a character years after Freddy Krueger is already a popular fictional character in this show? Because now it's like, so is nobody just, I mean, I guess he's in jail, so like, of course nobody would notice that there's an exact doppelganger for future Freddy Krueger. Then other stuff like, hey, in the future, some of these actors are starring in movies based on these franchises. You know, that's gonna be really fucking weird. Or how about the fact that they keep referencing the original Lord of the Rings when the actor for Samwise Gamgee has already shown up? Lots of crazy shit where it's like, I love what you're doing here, and I love that you're like getting great actors, but now you've got the problem of you've hired too many famous people. So you can't go any further into the timeline without creating problems of, oh, now we've got a doppelganger effect. It's like when Avengers Endgame references a bunch of time travel movies. And unfortunately, that makes it clear that, you know, some of these movies exist when the actors who were in those movies are playing Marvel characters. And it's like, that one was a tough blow. So tough, you know. And I see that a lot with movies nowadays, where it's like, for the sake of the reference, for the sake of making everything pop culture centered, we accidentally create a problem where now the actor for this person exists around the same time as the character they're playing could also exist. And it's like, oops. Then again, maybe I'm the only one who thinks this weird shit like this. But if you take anything away from this at all, then it's, please buy a Stranger Things pinball machine from Stern Pinball. They probably cost a lot, but, you know, this isn't actually a sponsorship. I just really like that I now have a bunch of random pinball posters. Will I get them signed one day? Maybe. I mean, I already got a lot of shit signed, so pinball poster doesn't seem too unreasonable. Bye-bye. And if Sabine is watching this, bye, Sabine.